Mr. Diaz was a target before he even stepped outside.
Hey, Money Man, let me talk to you a second. I ain't got no time for trouble. No, I don't think you understand it. Let me talk to you a second. I don't think you understand. Get it in.
Why
Go to the other side. Go.
are
Over
you
the other side. Over
to the
You
kid?
don't go nowhere. You get on the other side. You open the car door, all right?
After the murder, they put him in the backseat of the car and they speed off to get rid of the body.
You seen nothing? This was an accident. This never happened. We went to Alligator Alley. We dumped the body. We was in nothing.
Girl, I thought this was morning time. No.
When they get to Alligator Alley, they dump him in the water like a piece of meat. For the pain that he's caused the Diaz family, he deserves to spend the rest of his life behind bars.
Defendants, please rise.
Yosvani and Mike both plead guilty to the murder.
Mr. Fernandez received 25 years in prison, and Mr. Rojas Perez received a sentence of 18 years in prison.
As with many homicides, detectives solved the case by using the criminal's mistakes against them.
If they weren't stupid enough
Dang, that's aggressive.
cards, or Fernandez's face was captured on video, if they weren't stupid enough to park the car where they did, this might have been the perfect murder where we would never have solved it.
Sadly for the Diaz family, Henry's detour on the way home put him right in harm's way. A decision he tragically paid for with his life.
He disappeared for over 10 days, and his family, what they had to go through. The fact that he left a young wife with 3 little kids who never would have a father, their tragedy goes on forever. The wife of Henry Diaz, the way she leads her life now is very different, because she knows that it can happen to anybody.
When a man fails to pick up his wife at the airport, it sets off alarms.
I waited and 2 hours later, I don't know where he is.
Monday night, I get a call from Lori saying, "Is Hoagie with you?" I'm like, "Well, why would Hoagie be with me?"
The more I found out and the more I heard, the more frightened I got.
Back at home, everything he owns seems to still be there.
His shoes were here, his keys were here, his wallet was here.
It's broken! I don't know how to take it off! Don't let me go, please!
It's hard to be a father for a chair.
Oh,
Thank you.
I've seen that unwillingness. If you're serious, you make changes.
2005, Jennifer Hyatt walked out of the Roane County Courthouse in Kingston, Tennessee, and got behind the wheel of her Ford Explorer. Her husband, incarcerated felon George Hyatt, had just pled guilty to an outstanding burglary charge, adding years to his already lengthy sentence.
He's just not going to get out anytime soon. He had no future ahead of him.
Jennifer and George had been married for less than 3 months.
To break up. You sure the threat to her is work related?
Mr. Bick is single, lives alone, doesn't do much social networking, and she puts in a 60-hour work week. Whatever's going to happen makes sense of it.
Just that someone other than O.J. Simpson could be responsible for these savage murders.
Dr. Richard Shepard has been performing autopsies for the last 25 years, including being an expert witness into the death of Princess Diana. Many of the autopsies he has conducted have been on the victims of murder.
As a forensic pathologist, I have to use all of the information at my disposal. I call this the forensic triangle. First we have the autopsy. Second, we have the police evidence. The third point on the forensic triangle are the crime scene photographs. In working through these three elements, we can begin to crack the puzzle of the days and hours leading up to these terrible crimes.
What are you supposed to do with a hat?
I have here the detailed autopsy report of Nicole Brown Simpson that detail a gruesome and sustained attack. There are multiple stab wounds, including a 5-inch incised wound to the front of her throat, which gaped 2.5 inches wide and cut right down to the front of her spine. And it's these injuries that are the starting point of my forensic investigation into these killings.
a.m., 12th of June, 1994, Los Angeles, California. 35-year-old Nicole Brown Simpson is up and out on her regular 9-mile run. 2 years ago, OJ and Nicole had separated after 7 years of marriage. They had 2 children together, Sydney, who's now 8, and Justin, who's 5. Since the divorce, there have been several attempts at reconciliation, but with no success. After being married to one of the best-known celebrities in America, it's taken time for Nicole to rebuild her life.
She had 2 kids. Like all these women had like nurses and things. She would not have a nurse. She took those kids out. She took them to their karate classes, their dance classes, whatever it was. She did it herself. She was well known for that.
Nicole was 35 years old, and the autopsy report shows that she was in really physical shape. She was about 5.5 feet tall. She weighed 129 pounds, which meant that her BMI was spot on in the low 20s. All of the internal organs were healthy. They were normal size and normal weight. The only scars that were present were small scars beneath each breast, and the autopsy report shows that breast implants were present.
Growing up in California, a stone's throw from the beach, Nicole was the homecoming princess of Darn Hills High School. At 18, she left home, got a job as a waitress, and moved in with best friend David LeBon.
She was just a very, very down-to-earth kind of gal, and fun, and I don't know how else to describe her. Just wonderful, just a wonderful person.
But her world turned upside down in June 1977, when one of America's best-loved celebrities walked into the private dining area of the Daisy Club.
She said, I met this gentleman, he's a football player, and his name's O.J. Simpson.
For the waitress and the all-star former American footballer, the attraction was instant and intense. Despite O.J. still being married at the time, from the moment they met, they became inseparable.
As a couple, they were a lot of fun. You know, they would invite us, you know, to a lot of their little parties, dinner parties, and it was just fun watching them.
At 46, O.J.'s running back days were a thing of the past. But since retiring from the game, he had carved out a very successful career as an American football commentator and movie star. An incredibly charming man, he was now worth millions, and his star was in the ascendant. To the outside world, the Simpsons may have projected a united front. But from the very first date, her close friend and roommate David feared that this was not a normal relationship.
I noticed her pants were ripped. And then she said, it's a little bit forceful. And I said, well, why don't you let him get a little bit forceful? I mean, it's your first date. She goes, David, I think I really like this guy.
Almost all of the injuries that were discovered at the post-mortem were related